riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. It's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album, the show where we pick an album or a song, listen to it for an entire week straight, and then come back here and tell you fine people if we hate it and why. I am one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. With me as always, Harry Dunn, my Lloyd Christmas co-host extraordinaire, Timothy Richardson. Tim, how you doing?
Not great, buddy.
What's going on? What's got you down? Oh, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of things. That is one. I did, in fact, those of you who found the feed can tell, like a goddamn Lloyd Christmas, I chipped my right front tooth, my favorite tooth, my pride and joy. It's unclear how exactly. And I have to wait to a dentist consult tomorrow. I have a consult with my diamonds guy on Friday, but I'm worried a little bit that I'm going to be whistly throughout this episode, and not in the way this song is whistly. And also, on top of that, Garrett, I found a number of photos around our shared home, studio, laboratory, beat rooms, and office in which I appear to have been photoshopped out Stalin style.
Yeah, what's up? What's wrong with that?
Did you do that?
No. Did I order it be done? Maybe. Listen, okay.
Did you order, hold on. Did you order it be done Stalin style?
Yeah, remember last Tuesday when you ate my lasagna? I said, do not eat my... Yes. I got a little frustrated, and I said I want him wiped from the planet. Luckily, lucky for you, they began with those pictures, because I cooled down, level heads prevailed, and I removed the hit.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you chip my goddamn tooth?
Did I? No. Did I order it be done?
Okay, did you?
Two very different things. One of them I did.
I'm going to assume by that you mean that you did, in fact, just do it yourself. Because as far as I can tell, that option's still on the table.
It's a tangled web weave. Anyway, what song have we been listening to for a whole week straight?
We have been listening to the 2011 Maroon 5 banger, Moves Like Jagger, featuring Christina Aguilera.
And Tim, after an entire week with Adam Levine's hips, do you hate this song?
Well, you've made it very complicated with that question, Garrett. Yes, I do hate this song. However, don't hate those hips. It is weird that we have not discussed these idiots before, right?
It's crazy they've made it this far, and it's weird that this is our introduction to them.
That's fair. Garrett, do you hate this song?
No, I don't. In fact, I really want to.
Yeah, and you should, because it sucks.
Yeah, it's just, we'll get there. We'll get there. But before we do, prior to this week, Timbo, what's your history with Maroon 5? And have you ever heard this song?
Oh, yes, Garrett. This is one of those songs I have heard countless times, despite the fact that I was wearing headphones and listening to a different song in a gym, or in an Uber, or in a CVS. I don't think I've ever heard this song all the way through, like, consecutively, but I have heard every part of this song dozens, if not hundreds of times, because I was alive in 2011, and this fucking thing was everywhere. What about you? Have you heard Maroon 5 before? Have you ever been assaulted with those hips before? Would you hate it more or less were I to be shirtless?
Yeah, completely random shirtless moments are rampant with Maroon 5 around. And if you are going to stay true to the show's ethos, at some point during this episode, you're going to have to pop that bad boy off.
And to be clear, not entirely unwelcome.
Entirely unwelcome. I think he's a pretentious weirdo.
Oh, sure, him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I don't need you to take your shirt off either. Listen, can we stay on track here for a minute? Maroon 5. I've never heard this song. I'm pretty sure you were listening to this, because I don't know. I don't know how you were having any interaction with it.
I feel like your headphones are turned up louder than mine.
Oh, for sure. I'm super deaf and have no concern for my well-being. They're also nicer. They cancel the noises.
Oh yeah, mine, you can see the wires on the inside.
Yours are just...
Sometimes they shock me.
Great, I'm happy to hear that. As for Maroon 5, a question I don't think I heard you answer. I have a vague awareness of them. I remember them when they came out around like 04, 05, something like that. That album was huge.
I will say this, I assumed that this was some sort of rock and roller band, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently not.
That's not that. Okay, so that's our history. That is to say almost none whatsoever except for Tim's secret love of the song. Before we can talk about the song itself, it is important that we understand a little bit about the people who made it. So Tim, take me on a journey, help you understand who are Maroon 5 and what is, or more importantly, how did Moves Like Jagger come to be?
Well, Garrett, my good friend, Adam Noah Levine was born in Los Angeles in 1979, where his family owned a local retail chain. His parents divorced when he was a kid, and he was immediately sent to therapy, which probably had no effect on him at all. He grew up mostly Jewish, but according to Wikipedia is, and I'm quoting here, spiritual, but not religious. And this douchebag might be the perfect embodiment of that dumbest of phrases.
Yeah, he's literally the personification of that garbage, no-nonsense phrasing.
Yeah, we probably don't even need to do any more history, but I wrote quite a bit, so we're gonna. He claims he didn't have a bar mitzvah because, and I'm quoting again here, I felt as though a lot of kids were just trying to cash in. I just don't think it's the most respectful way to deal with God and beliefs and years and years and years of cultural heritage. He's a real jackass.
God damn.
Yeah.
Is it worse if that story is true or false?
I don't know, but I will say this, Garrett. He's only 13 at this point, and I fucking hate him.
He seems like the kind of guy that should have stars tattooed on his shoulders.
I'm sure he does.
Oh.
I
didn't look.
I tried, but that YouTube does not have that resolution. He went to the excessively fancy Brentwood School, go Wildcats, educator of Jack Quaid, Jonah Hill, Fred Savage, Arnold Schwarzenegger's children, and the only newsman Garrett Harvey has ever trusted, Andrew Breitbart. A man who truly died too late.
How did he die?
I'm sure cardiac something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At Brentwood, Adam met keyboarder and guitarist Jesse Carmichael and bassist Mickey Madden, and they bonded over a shared love of Pearl Jam and Nirvana. They formed the band Kara's Flowers, named after a classmate that the band had a quote-unquote collective crush on. Like a bunch of 15-year-old creeps just playing covers of Jeremy. Fucking monsters, Garrett.
Oh, all right, Mom, don't come out into the garage. We have band practice again today. Okay, Adam, it sounds like you boys are just in there. It's band practice, Mom.
Yeah.
Gross.
They released an album called We Like Digging in 1994 and played around LA, and were briefly signed after Tommy Allen heard them play at a Malibu beach party, and he had them work with a guy that wrote, I've had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
That's a banger.
Yeah, it is. It's a great song.
Don't ruin it.
Sorry.
Timothy Richardson, master of voices. It's coming, folks.
Yeah, we'll get there. They released The Fourth World their senior year in high school in 1997, and they were on an episode of Beverly Hills 90210. And this is all, if you listen to this song, this all really checks out, right?
Yeah, I think they performed at Peach Pit After Dark for my 90210 heads out there. Well, both of you. God, I remember that now. Okay. These are the latter years. But you know what? You didn't watch the show. You wouldn't get it.
No. That album had some hype, but then it only sold 5,000 copies, so they stopped being a band and broke up. Adam and Jesse went to New York to attend Five Towns College, a performing arts college, while Mickey went to UCLA. About the Big Apple, Adam said, that's when I started waking up to the whole hip-hop, R&B thing. We had friends named Chaos and shit. It was not Brentwood High.
Oh, man. This is my friend shit.
After a semester hanging out with their buds Chaos and also Shit, they decided to go back to LA and not hang out with Chaos and Shit anymore.
Everybody calls me shit. Hey man, look, I'm not here to come down or ruin your day, but maybe don't hang out with shit.
Maybe don't call yourself Shit. Chaos is a perfectly good name. I was once known as Chaos.
You were referred to as Chaos in a police report. That's
true. That's true.
That's only because they didn't know your full name.
Yeah, my mom hates it when I call her an agent of chaos, but it's technically true about her as well.
Yeah, it is.
They reformed the band in Los Angeles, while Adam made some extra money as a writer's assistant on CBS's excellent program, Judging Amy, because, through his family, he knew one of the producers because he was a rich Los Angelino.
Right.
Amy Brennerman was transcendent. You ever watch Judging Amy?
No, what are you even talking about? What is Judging Amy?
It's a famous CBS show, Garrett.
How do you watch streaming CBS? What is that called? Is that Paramount?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that.
We'll get it. The band renamed
We will absolutely not.
I know the credit card numbers, Garrett. The band renamed themselves, Maroon 5 when they got a fifth guy, so Adam wouldn't have to play any instruments and just be the frontman, the star that he was meant to be. According to legend, and also an interview with Howard Stern, the only person outside of the band to know the story behind the name of the band and the change of the name of the band is Billy Joel, the BJP man. BJs, P's, and Maroon 5. These are the three things that man knows about.
Piano Man.
They released songs about Jane in 2002. This was all about an ex-girlfriend and not at all creepy. That would go on to win them 2 Grammys and sell about 10 million copies.
God.
Yeah, so they're fucking rich. Well, again, they continued to be rich. They toured for years on the back of that. Adam appeared on a K-Way song on Late Registration, and the Maroon Boys released It Won't Be Soon before long in 2007, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. Then they toured with the Police and also Dashboard Confessional, as well as doing collabos with Rihanna, and then they guest starred on CSI NY.
Great.
It's important.
So much like CBS tie-ins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a corporate product. They have to serve their masters.
God, it really seems that way, doesn't it?
2010, they released the album Hands All Over. They headlined the Super Bowl pre-game show with Keith Urban, and they debuted the Song of the Week on The Voice, where both Adam and Christina Aguilera were judges. And then they re-released Hands All Over with the Song of the Week as a bonus track or whatever. They toured with Train, Garrett, and then, fun Snapple-branded fun fact, they developed their own Snapple flavor called Tea Will Be Loved. It was terrible. We should also, of course, note for transparency, Snapple is, of course, the Big Apple's official beverage and a sponsor of this show.
I don't know if... Still unclear what you're talking about.
Fun Snapple-branded Snapple fun fact number 102. We all know about the 1,855 official Snapple facts, as well as their many Snapple fun facts produced by Snapple scientists specifically for this show. But Garrett, did you know that 25 of their official bottle cap facts are incorrect?
Why? Poor research?
They're just wrong. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Snop Dogg does. I mean, he doesn't seem like the most thorough guy.
Again, I gotta address the fact that these are not the correct names, and the two are almost certainly not related.
So you're leaving a little window of possibility. I like that.
Just keep powering forward, I guess. God damn it. But seriously, 185 facts and 25 of them are wrong.
No, 1,855. It's a little bit over 1%.
Okay, that makes sense. That's about the...
I mean,
that's
Google
probably
them.
Well, sure, now. But they've been doing this for 30 years.
In 2012, Jesse Carmichael took a break from the band to focus more on his studies of music and the healing arts.
What?
Music.
What does that mean?
And the healing arts.
What are the healing arts?
So you know how medicine is a healing science?
Yes, science to heal.
Right. So the art version of that. Bullshit.
You can't cure a cold with a painting.
No, but with a song or a poem?
I think I have pink eye. Perhaps if I recite a lyric or two into your ocular cavity. Now I think I'm going to need antibiotics. Or maybe some sort of topical cream.
Maybe just leave me alone.
Why do I keep coming here? Your insurance is terrible. Now come here, I have a poem to treat that limp.
Later in 2012, Maroon 5 released Overexposed with the single called One More Night that blocked Robert Christgau's second favorite song of 2012, Gangnam Style, from ever reaching the number 1 spot on the US Billboard 200. Really fucked that guy over.
You know, I think Gangnam Style was the last time this country was unified.
Yeah, I think we should do that as a prepisode and then just stop this show.
As the final episode?
Yeah, but like soon, I mean. They toured with Kelly Clarkson. Then they performed The Beatles' All My Loving and Ticket to Ride for a CBS show in 2014.
If you're playing the CBS drinking game at home, folks, you're dead.
They then released their fifth album, V. And that same year, Adam married Behati Prinsloo, a Nambian Victoria's Secret model, in a official ceremony officiated by Brentwood school classmate Jonah Hill.
I remember that. She's very pretty. I don't think they're together anymore.
They are, but he has allegedly repeatedly cheated on her.
That is neither surprising, but it's also really insulting.
She's Dutch. Well, descended from Dutch. A lot of people in Nambia are, I've heard. They toured or whatever, and then they released Red Pill Blues in 2017, presumably in tribute to the growing alt-right. I don't know, I did not listen.
Who could?
Mickey Madden was then arrested with Ivanka Trump's boyfriend, or possibly recently ex-boyfriend, something, for drug possession in Manhattan. It seems sus, as Garrett likes to say. Probably ex-boyfriend. I'm sure she married that weird, slender man.
I'm completely normal. I'm like a normal chap you all meet in America.
Then why are you telling me to
talk
take my goddamn friends to the woods and stab them a bunch? Answer me that.
You think... What is that guy's name?
Slender Man.
No.
Jared Kushner?
Jared Kushner may or may not be a Slender Man?
Yeah. I mean, A or the.
Interesting. Now, is he possessed or was he always?
Well, I'm not sure, because I believe that the guy that they took a picture of for the cover of the Exorcist film was also A or possibly the Slender Man.
Okay,
so I
well,
don't know.
Let's look at the timeline in the first Trump presidency and see if maybe he was like, ooh, getting a lot of heat for this child stabbing in the woods. I think I'll get into politics.
I think I'll go address peace in the Middle East.
Yo, as only he could.
Yes.
Go stab him in the woods.
There are no woods here.
It's all open. Oh, that's kind of my thing. I'm in over my head.
He sure was. He sure was. At the 2019 Super Bowl, a bunch of musicians refused to do the halftime show in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick, so Maroon 5 did it with murderer Travis Scott and also Big Boy. I'm sorry. I don't mean murderer. I mean future murderer. At this point, he had not murdered yet. That would happen in 2 years later when he did, in fact, murder.
No. You can't say that.
Allegedly.
There it is. Nailed it. And it's not really murder. It's more like, what's
okay,
indirect murder?
What I'm saying this. When somebody stabs their friend in the woods, what responsibility do you give to Slender Man? Because that's the responsibility that Travis Scott has for those dead people.
Yeah, I suppose he did egg them on to trample and to block the ambulances that were then trying to render aid. Okay. I mean, I guess he's Slender Man in this analogy.
Yes.
At first I thought you were asking me, does Slender Man have an obligation to go get help if things get out of hand?
He does not.
Geez, you really did it. Oh my gosh. Melissa, you're for reals. I gotta go get an ambulance. This is bad.
Yeah, she looks really hurt.
Slender Man's all talk.
In 2020, Mickey Madden was arrested for domestic violence. The case seems to be dropped, as far as I can tell, in exchange for Mickey dropping out of the band.
That's exceedingly less funny.
In 2021, Maroon 5 headlined CNN's Shine a Light, a tribute to the families of 9/11. And, as a promotional bid for that, Adam founded a tequila company.
Oh, that's not related, right?
I don't know. I mean...
It's like an outline of the Twin Towers on the label?
5 shots of this and you'll...
Oh my god, that will be cut.
That's not their slogan, nor is it mine. I'm just offering it to him if he wanted a 9/11 branded tequila. In 2022, Maroon 5 performed at the Pyramids of Giza, and then Adam was accused of, and I'm quoting here, inappropriate behavior with 4 women. He denied having an affair, but admitted he did in fact cross a line and is now working on his marriage, rebuilding that trust. Then they did one of those Las Vegas residency things, and that's pretty much it, Garrett. LaFace.
And
And an allegations to you, Garrett.
And an alligator to you.
We cut your joke, so that means nothing to anyone.
That's fine. Somewhat wiki. Okay. Good stuff, Tim. Great history. That is to say, it's over. Oh, let's play a little bit of this song first in case anybody's unfamiliar. Here it is. Maroon 5's Moves Like Jagger.
Look into my eyes and I'll own you with them moves like Jagger. I've got them moves.
Garrett, I went on Wikipedia to confirm this.
Okay.
This is a rock band, and I do not see it.
That lead singer's not helping. I think that he's holding several talented musicians hostage with his bad.
I don't
music.
know that we can say that based on this because
it's fine.
Yeah, well, okay, but here's the thing. First of all, this song was first performed on The Voice. That makes a ton of sense.
Oh yeah,
but this is not a band. This is pop corporate synergy. But it's not like art in any way.
No.
Here's the thing. Like, there's no instruments on this song.
There's a keyboard.
Okay, but...
And a bass.
I don't think the bass player is playing this.
Interesting.
I'm just curious as to what the band does on stage while they play this song over the PA.
Well, you know what Adam Levine does.
Yeah, he pops that shirt off and shakes those hips.
Spoiler alert, there never was a shirt.
Yeah. This was also in that weird period around, like, 2010... few years before, few years after, where every band had like a whistle song for some reason.
Yeah, that is strange.
And it drives me crazy because there's so many of these, and for whatever reason, I can't, like I've been trying to whistle this song all week, and I can't do it because there's a Fits in the Tantrum song, The Walker, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'll whistle the fucking... whistle part of this song. Every time I try to do it, it just turns back
an
into
amalgamation of the two.
Yeah, I would literally have to be listening to the song to actually remember the melody of this fucking song, and it's very strange.
Whereas I know the melody, but you know my struggles with whistling.
Yes. Is it weird that there's no, like... Because if you're going to name your song Moves Like Jagger, have a Rolling Stones style riff to start this off? I mean,
well, that's okay. That's the big question here. Before we actually get into what is the song about, according to you and I, like, I have a real legitimate question. Like, what was he trying to? Why does this exist?
I don't know, because it's as if they have never heard a Rolling Stones song before, or at least never one like pre-1981.
Well, it doesn't have to sound like a Rolling Stones song.
No, absolutely not. It can sound exactly like this, but just at the beginning, like at least like feign a Satisfaction riff or something like Start Me Up even. Like, I don't understand why you don't like license just a brief bit to tie it musically back to what the song is supposed to be about. It does not make any sense.
I think it's about dancing.
Well, sure, but if you're gonna reference one of the most famous musicians in history, fucking tie it slightly to it.
You have different standards than me. I expect nothing like that from Maroon 5.
CBS has enough money to sample a Rolling Stones song.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I disagree with you on that. I think it would be even stranger to me. Because, like, which one do you pick? Like, why that song?
Any of them. Anything.
But none of them go with this.
I mean, you could do the...
I think it would make more sense to have the talking that's in the music video be over the intro. That would make more sense.
I guess I don't understand why not like throw a little reference to like Dancing in the Streets or something on with this. That's a song where Jagger has moves.
I see.
I'm just saying, like, it's weird that you would call somebody out that significantly and then not like, and even like reference him, and we'll get to it in the music video, but the guy's in a lot of the music video.
Yeah.
But then like, it feels as if you don't know what the Rolling Stones are listening to your music.
Well, I have a reasoning that I very well do think is the actual reason, but I can't reveal it yet because we haven't said any of the words.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess the only other thing I have to say musically is that this is meant to be played exclusively in a gym.
Yeah, this is definitely for a cycling class.
Exactly, yeah.
It is obnoxiously catchy in all the worst ways.
Oh, that's how it relates to the Rolling Stones.
At least anything after 1978. Yeah, what else need to be said here? I mean, it's your standard Maroon 5, although watered down a shocking amount for only 8 years after their first major label release.
I guess. I don't really know that I know other Maroon 5. I mean, I'm sure I've heard them, but I can't tell you what another Maroon 5 song is.
Here's a hot take. Do you remember Jamiroquai?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Maroon 5 slid in and was like, hold my beer. We're just going to go ahead and take your career, Jamiroquai. Because they have a very similar vocal styling. But one guy's got giant hats and the other guy's got, shirtless tattoo body. But like I said, a bit of a hot take, but I don't know why Maroon 5 is successful and the others not.
Right. We're the pro Jamiroquai podcast.
Yes. Yeah, I'm coming down pro in that scenario, in that face-off. I will wholeheartedly watch that music video where they slide around on the floor a bunch. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so that first Maroon 5 album, I remember quite well. Also because we lived in the same building when that came out, or at least when it was very, very popular. And after parties and stuff, people would then, who lived above me, would then invite people back to their place and play this album very loudly and dance about while I was trying to sleep and or do other things that weren't listen to that. So I know it pretty well.
Yeah, let's do these lyrics.
Open with whistling that pretty much continues through most of the song. Let's get to the words. Just shoot for the stars if it feels right. Then aim for my heart if you feel like it. Take me away and make it okay. I swear I'll behave. I feel like I am really grasping this week, so I'm curious if you have a take before I reveal mine.
I mean, not specifically for this part.
All right, well then I'll give you mine. To me, he's saying, give me a chance, let's fall in love first, but you will fall in love, and you got to admit it when you do. And while you're falling in love, I'll be a gentleman, I won't try to force you to bang me, but when that day comes, and then the song continues. Because he's saying he'll behave, he's saying let's shoot for the stars if it feels right, so, feel free to fall in love. But this I swear I'll behave part is just like, I'll give you time to get to know me before I really put the pressure on.
Yeah, but it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, look at my shirtless body.
Yeah, I'm half naked at the first date. Song continues, you wanted control, so we waited. I put on a show, now we're naked. You say I'm a kid, my ego is big, I don't give a shit. I think he's saying... Listen, lady, you said take it slow, and you said if we did, we would get sexy, and I wouldn't put any pressure on you. It was all on your clock. Well, we waited, and I did all the stuff you made me do, and now I'm going to show you why you shouldn't have waited, and I know and then there's the second part where he says, I'm a kid, my ego is big, but I don't give a shit. I think what he's saying is yeah, I know I'm talking up a huge game, but shit's about to get sexy as fuck. So just strap in.
And I mean, in his defense, it is about to get sexy as fuck.
We don't know anything about his fuck style.
That's true. I didn't say he has a good fuck style. I said it's going to be sexy. There's a difference.
You gotta make it sexy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm kind of right there with you. I have a slight tweak, though.
Okay.
She says, I want to wait. And he says, that's fine. I don't mind waiting. Because he says, you want to control, so we waited. I put on a show, now we're naked. I think what happens is, he's like, sure, we can wait. Listen, I don't mind waiting a song or two. Let me dance for you. Let me get real. Let me pop this shirt off. I'm going to dance for you. And then he's pissed off because he's like, listen, I did fucking wait. It's been 14 minutes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she was saying third date at the earliest. And he was like, oh, dude, totally get it. 14, 18 minutes. What do you want me to do? Gyrate a little bit? What do you need? They're just not on the same page at all. I like that a lot more. Yeah. And maybe because it's Adam Levine, she was like, well, it's Adam Levine. I feel a lot safer. And he's like, why don't we just have dinner at your place? Which, no human being, ladies, first date, neutral location. Don't let them know where you live.
First several dates, probably.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But Adam Levine, you'd got to think, yeah, it's no big deal. But he shows up half shirtless, half clothed.
I think he could pull that look off too. He shows up and he's wearing a button-down shirt, but for some reason one arm isn't in it.
I was going to say mid-drift.
No. I think he goes lefty or righty.
Interesting. What if it's like, I like that.
It's like, wearing a backpack just on over one shoulder.
I see.
Shirt.
Oh, so the whole right side's not there.
No, it's there. It's just hanging behind him. Like, he has literally just put on one side of the shirt.
Oh,
And he's just walking outside.
I assumed it was
that.
like a fancy altered garment. And so, like, there's no left sleeve.
No, because he wants it to look casual, right? Like
I see. Yeah, because he's the artist.
Right.
God. See what I did?
I
Although
think what
that's
he
a
would
lot
also
of
say is
clothes.
that he's also the art.
Ugh. You know what? That's when you just close the door and it's dinner alone. That's terrifying. Also, that's way too many clothes for Adam Levine. I've
fair.
never seen that guy in a shirt. Don't think he owns one. Song continues, and it goes like this. Take me by the tongue and I'll know you. Kiss me till you're drunk and I'll show you. All the moves like Jagger. I've got them moves like Jagger. I've got those moves like Jagger.
We often discuss just disgusting descriptions of sex. Just the worst way people
Yes.
could possibly phrase anything. We rarely discuss the worst possible descriptions of kissing.
Yeah. I mean, by and large, we can all agree. Ridiculous practice
Well, so
of the
that's
human
what I was
race.
going to say. Take me by the tongue and I'll know you. Kiss me till you're drunk and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I am starting to see, based solely on that, why you hate kissing so much. Why you refuse to do it. Why you have never done it.
First of all, you've overstepped. Second of
Okay,
all,
sorry, ladies, he'll do it if pressed. If you put some Adam Levine-like pressure on him, he will eventually buckle and kiss.
oh, you're one of those, huh? You need that? Okay. All right, I'll put my face on your face and move around. You're welcome. All the
Also
action's
not
downstairs.
an appealing description.
It's a thing everybody does. Anyway, song continues. Oh, hold on. Let's pause there for a minute. We didn't really talk about these moves like Jagger and tongue kissing, and that's a disservice to our listeners. Let's get to the details. Take me by the tongue, and I'll know you. I think he's saying, kiss me deeply, and with my sexual prowess, I will know exactly how to intoxicate you with my physicality.
Now that's kind of hot.
Ah, damn it. I think he
Starting to
also has
come around on
perfect
this whole
tongue
thing.
recall. He might have like face blindness, so he's got to suck tongue to know, oh, hey, how's it going?
Everything you are saying is disgusting.
His words, not mine.
I mean, kind of yours though, right?
Synonyms. So he's got to like suck on the tongue and he's like, oh, hey, how's it going, Mrs. Samuels? How's Billy?
What?
Or that's how he knows exactly how to pleasure her. He's like, oh, hold on, let me suck your tongue. Oh, right, you like the elbow thing and the twist at the end. Okay, I remember
I think
you.
the first prospect here, where he's got face blindness, and this is how he recognizes people, is much funnier.
I worry that I have face blindness.
Yeah, I definitely do. A little bit.
I think it might just be that we're self-absorbed. Not in like a shitty way, just in more of a I keep to my own business kind of way.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this weird song. I don't need to try to control you. Look into my eyes and I'll own you. With them moves like Jagger. I've got them moves like Jagger. I've got them moves like Jagger. He's got moves, Tim. Now,
Yeah.
is he talking about dancing? No. It's got to be fuck style.
I mean, I assume so, because I have seen him dance, and I was not that impressed.
Oh, we're going to get to that in the music video. Spoiler alert, Adam Levine can't dance. Listen, I can spot it. That guy can't dance for shit.
Yeah.
Which makes me think his FS meter's probably through the toilet. His fuck style is probably not, in fact, buck wild.
Or maybe that's why he's doing this song, because he knows, obviously, people observe
talk.
your dance to see how good you are with the sexual intercourse. So perhaps he knows that he is kind of bad at it, so he is saying, listen, My sexual moves are as good as Mick Jagger's dance moves, ladies. Don't let my dancing fool you. That's what this song is.
I can appreciate that. I was going to say, it's not exclusive. Don't cut somebody short. If you guys have chemistry and it's going well, don't be like, oh, but it's dancing. It's probably going to be garbage sex. That's not true. Some gentlemen really recognize the situation and they go out of their way to fix it, ladies. Enjoy. But I like that interpretation. He's just like, you've probably seen me on stage look like a total dipshit. Don't worry. I know. I've taken a lot of time to make sure you won't be disappointed in bed. Or maybe he's just a very generous lover. Doesn't seem that way. Seems like an asshole. Also, he does sort of imply that he might be a hypnotist.
Oh.
I don't need to control you. I look into my eyes and I'll own you.
Oh, sure. Yeah. But maybe he's just got great eyes.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe his dancing's not good, but his banging in his eyeballs, those are good, and his shirtless body.
You can't look at all that at once.
No, I know, that's why he's listing these things, right? So he'll make sure, listen, these are the good aspects of me. All of these things that I have, in summation, are as good as if I was able to dance.
Listen, when we get behind the door of that Holiday Inn Express, it's going to be all eyeballs and fuck style. You're not even going to notice that I can't dance.
Yeah.
What was the other thing he was going to do?
Suck that tongue, probably.
Oh, tongue sucks. Yeah. And then he'll own you with his physicality, I believe I said. Something like that. Song continues. Maybe it's hard when you feel like you're broken and scarred. Nothing feels right. But when you're with me, I'll make you believe that I've got the key. What do you got here? My interpretation is rude.
I feel like it's almost a negging aspect here. Listen,
okay.
Listen, you feel bad about yourself, and you should. You're broken, you're scarred, I don't know what's going on with you. I mean, you've seen me shirtless, obviously, but it's okay. That's okay. I fix people.
With my sex.
Right, exactly.
You're very close to me on this one. I have basically, listen, before we get in there and things get hot and heavy and I show you my moves like Jagger, God, what? Now I'm just gonna, never mind, that's ridiculous. I'll say it to you, we have to cut it out, it's too stupid. But like when he gets in that hotel room and just gets those pants off, but then starts moving like Jagger, but with like floppy wienered, which is, I mean, that's just not sexy at all.
No. Again, here's the thing. Mick Jagger's dancing is sexy. We can both agree on that, right?
It's impressive.
It's sexy. We can both agree on that, right? I'm
sure.
going to need you to agree.
In the interest of continuing on, yes, great.
Okay. Now picture this, Garrett. Mick Jagger doing the exact same dance, but nude. Not sexy.
Intimidating.
It is intimidating, but it's definitely not sexy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. God, that guy's face is crazy looking too. Also a man.
And I'm assuming his genitals are as haggard as his face.
Oh, yeah, he's probably he's got the Keith Richards of genitals.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So many heroin tracts.
Jesus Christ.
I mean...
Oh, so get in the car. We can ride it. Whenever you want, get inside it. And you want to steer, but I'm shifting gears. I'll take it from here. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe... She's on board now. She's ready to join the bang train. And she's like, all right, get ready. And he's like, whoa, hey, what did I just get done saying? I have got the moves like Jagger. Just sit back, relax, let me shift gears. Or she's saying, slow down, and he's about to come. And you want to steer, but I'm shifting gears. All right, so just take it. He's like, nah, we're done. It was all bluster.
Well, again, that might be because, at that point, he's a musician on the road. He doesn't care.
No, he's never going to see this woman again.
And here's the thing.
He and three other women aren't going to make a bunch of public allegations years later.
Pushing that right aside. The women might talk, but he's got this song. Who are you going to believe? You going to believe these women that have had sex with Adam Levine? Or are you going to believe the lyrics of Move Like Jagger?
Yeah, he's really got it on his side. And I don't want to besmirch the reputation. If he in fact does have those moves like Jagger, good for him. And he probably does, for God's sake. He seems very confident. Yeah. But also, there's always that situation where the loudest is usually the lyingest. So.
Oh, sure. And if you make a whole song about it, I think that brings it back around to probably true.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. If he needs more song fodder, perhaps a song that's just like a slow ballad about how he's faithful to his wife and does not have sex with other women.
Remember when Robin Thicke did that? Didn't go great.
No, it never does.
Then Miss Christina Aguilera joins the band.
Yeah, and this is weird. She says, you want to know how to make me smile? Take control, own me just for the night. And if I share my secret, you're gonna have to keep it. Nobody else can see this. So watch and learn. I won't show you twice. Head to toe, ooh baby. Rub me right, yeah. And if I share my secret, you're gonna have to keep it. No one else can see this. Hey, yeah. So it sounds like she's some sort of sex coach. Like he doesn't know what he's doing. And she's there. The other thing, maybe she just has a secret. Like perhaps she has some sort of tail, just like in that classic film Shallow Hal.
Oh. Is that Jason Alexander has the tail?
Yeah.
That movie's garbage.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Man. But okay. That's
that part's
fair.
good. The tail part's great. It's the best part of the whole movie.
I really can't defend Shallow Hal.
No, it's kind of deplorable by today's standards. They would never make this now.
No. I mean, Goop, that lady should be a pariah. Is that what's wrong with it? I don't really remember Shallow Hal.
But I do dislike that lady and her very bizarre takes on what you should do with your body. Back to this stuff. I think Christina's saying, so he pushed back and he was just like, listen, I'm the conductor of this bang train. You need to just relax. And now she's saying, listen, Missy, I'm Miss Aguilera. I know flawless. I know exactly what I want. So if you want to make me smile, I'm saying take control and you can own me for the night. So she wants him to be a dominant gentleman. And if she shares her secret, which is clearly what she calls her vagina, which is weird.
Or possibly that little area underneath her tail.
Her butthole?
No. Tail is much higher, Garrett. It's coming right out of that spine. It's a lumbar area. Maybe coccyx. I don't know.
Yeah,
My point is, I assume it would be an erogenous zone. Don't you think?
The tail?
Yeah.
I
mean,
would
if you
be
had one,
surprised if you had feeling. I'm really curious about
very
that
depressing.
now. You're drawing me into the Christopher Walken dog tail conversation, and I won't do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you actually have feeling or if it just throbs. I bet you it's not a good sitch.
Oh, probably not. But
Listeners,
what
write
if it
in.
was?
hatepodmail@gmail.com. Do you or did you ever have a tail? Could you feel it? Did it hurt? Did you wag it? Nah, that's ridiculous. That definitely wouldn't be possible.
I
Anyway.
don't know.
No, I do know. You know too. Stop that. So she shows him her secret, which is, again, a very alarming thing. If an adult woman's referring to her genitals as her secret, you should probably just back on out. It's going to take a lot of willpower.
You should assume it's a tail.
You want to see my secret? Weird name, but we're this far, so yes, I want to see your secret. Oh no! It's a tail.
What if you find out that that's what you're into?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, that's the age-old fear, right? Careful what you expose yourself to. You might love it. Mm-hmm. Well, especially that one, because that's it. You're ride or die for that chick because you ain't going to find another one.
Yeah, you're subjecting women to horrific spinal surgery so that they can have a tail? I know. You're
tusking women to turn them into Colobus monkeys?
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, you'd have to, though, right?
No, you would not have to.
But you would.
I'm sure there's like tailseekers.org or some awful website out there for people looking for people with tails. And vice versa, if you've got a tail, that's a tough road. There's no bikinis for that lady.
I think you just wear a normal bikini and cut a tiny little hole in it.
Ooh.
And just let that sucker breathe.
I think you're into tails. That's what I think. I think this is you trying to backdoor pilot the idea that people into tails are normal. I'm onto your tricks, you fucking creep. You can laugh as much as you want. We can all see that boner, Tim. But seriously, get out.
Garrett, this isn't how I was going to tell you. But yes.
Super into it. Oh, God. And they can feel everything. Ugh, gross. That's pretty much the end of the song, because the outro is just the chorus with them singing it together. And that brings us to the music video. I'll start us off, Tim. Just stop me anywhere. Open on an exterior shot, black and white, grainy footage, the Palace Theater, Los Angeles. For about 30 seconds, we get continued grainy footage of what will be the set of the music video. It's people putting on costumes, dressing the set, preparing the musical instruments, and then, seamlessly, they cut into archive footage of Mick Jagger being interviewed before a concert. By my guess, it's like late 66, early 67.
Yeah, it's maybe even a little bit earlier than that. I think it's more the part at the end where he's doing the...
Oh, he says, I've been doing this 2 years now.
Yeah, and hopefully we've got at least a couple more years in us or something like that. Yeah,
so it could be 65.
Yeah, probably.
Because the first one comes out in 64, which means they're doing it in 62, late 62, 63. So yeah, we're damn close. In any event, it's before they've quite become the Stones, but they're definitely on their way. But Jagger makes the remark, the guy's like, could you believe you've been doing this 2 years already? And he's like, I can't believe I actually been doing it that long. I didn't think we'd be ever doing it for 2 years. Cut back to the set of the music video, Tim, and the song begins. We're almost a minute into this video. Nothing's really happened yet. And suddenly, out of nowhere, and to me, quite surprisingly, Adam Levine appears, shirtless, and wearing what I'm going to describe as would have to be custom cut, low-cut jeans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, either that or he's wearing women's jeans.
I don't know how we're not seeing neck. They are confoundingly
Maybe he's got
low.
a really long torso.
Well, that's the only reason I noticed, because I was like watching the music video and I was like, why does he look fucking strange? And then I was
almost like a Slender Man.
okay, you gotta stop accusing everyone of being a Slender Man.
Well, I'm not saying he definitely is, but like maybe, perhaps he likes the physique of Slender Man and he's going for it.
Whereas Jared Kushner may or may not have been a Slender Man.
Yes.
Right.
That's not his choice.
Sure.
He's not an evil man. He's a demon.
Back to this nonsense. So we've got Adam Levine, shirtless, singing into camera. Digitally, they've edited out the neck of his penis because there's no way that it's not showing. And then we begin to cut between band members, allegedly playing instruments, Adam dancing and singing, but not really dancing, kind of just moving side to side.
Well, that's the thing. There's a couple of times you think, oh, maybe this guy can dance, but it's like in a movie where they film a fight scene and you just notice how, like, it's not the cuts. Scene. Yeah, exactly. The fact that you notice how many cuts there are, you're just like, oh, they couldn't film this very well. That's what
it's almost like it's like he's holding poses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like he's just wildly flailing and they caught like
his hands are by his waist. He's kind of doing the chicken thing. Perfect.
Yeah, technically that's a dance right there.
We'll just loop that. It's just a GIF. The whole middle part of Adam is just a bunch of GIFs of him jerking. Let's see here. So then the last part we're cutting between is footage of actual Mick Jagger dancing and women, sexy women dancing. And that part's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least,
it as well.
Not objectionable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. One lady has Mick Jagger written on her eyelids, which is something that will be unpleasant to remove, I suspect.
Yeah, it's like that Indiana Jones film.
Which one?
The first one, I think. The lady's got "Love You" written on her eyelids.
Oh, right. Yeah. God, I was just like, I don't remember this at all. What lady had Mick Jagger written on her face? Let's see here. Oh, and here it is in my notes. I don't think Adam Levine can dance. He's the only guy that's not really moving on this video.
Well, again, he's moving, but it's cut so strangely, jarringly, I think, that you're just like, there's no possible way. If he could dance, they would show it. And they're not, so I assume he can't.
Yeah, it's funny.
And you're taking this from a guy, listen, I love to dance. I frequently dance. I can't dance. It's terrible, but I like to.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, I mean, it shares actually a lot. Clothing-wise, it shares a lot with this music video. I'll admit that.
That is accurate. Let's see here. Then comes Christina Aguilera. She's got sort of a 60s thing going on with the heavy eye makeup, but only barely committed to the whole aesthetic. And then eventually everybody's on stage with her. They're all dancing and singing. It looks like quite a bit of fun, but as far as music videos go, it's not terrifically interesting. And then we end with that interview with Mick Jagger again, saying, I think we've got enough to at least go another year. Not, in fact, predicting the next 55 years. Great stuff.
Brian Jones got out of that right on time.
Yeah, he escaped to the bottom of that pool. Alrighty, Timmy, how did this thing do?
Pretty good. This hit number 1 in Austria, Canada, Denmark, Finland, Hungary, Ireland, Lebanon, Mexico, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Russia, Scotland, Slovakia, South Korea, Sweden, the US, and most importantly, the Dutch. This is the 84th best-selling song of all time. It's the 23rd best-selling digital single of all time, right after that Blurred Lines monstrosity. But in January 2023, it was announced Moves Like Jagger is the second most downloaded song of all time, after only LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem.
That I get.
Well, sure. That's just I mean, yeah, like imagine if Adam Levine did this music video, but also his slightly overweight uncle was there and they were just dancing and rubbing bellies.
That song rocks.
Yeah. It is certified diamond with more than 14 million copies sold in the US alone, so it's probably more accurate to call it quadruple platinum.
Yep.
This goddamn thing sold 5 million copies in South Korea alone. Garrett, this is true, the South Korean national anthem. Not a lot of people know that, but they play it when they go into battle. It terrifies those northern bastards.
That would be amazing. Just the idea of any army playing music as they go into battle is very funny to me.
Yeah. But, like, this song would be fun. Or maybe some Man, that would really confuse me. If I was going
to say Tiny Dancer. Just that piano before, like, huge speakers, like, shaking the trucks loud. Blue jean baby, hit the fucking deck, hey lady. Oh my God, I can see my insides. Seamstress for the band. Oh, that's it. That's the one.
That's fun. Yeah, no, I was just thinking like a Poor Jackie, but yeah, I like this.
Fun stuff. Let's see, what did people think of it?
Well, Garrett, there are 726 total ratings on Amazon for this song alone, 4.7 out of 5 stars on average, 83% 5-star, 2% 1-star, and these were weird enough that for once I didn't have to slum it in the YouTube comments this week.
Nice.
This is by Gary B. from 2019, titled I Hear It in My Sleep.
Oh no.
Imagine me whistling the start to this song right now, because I do the moment I hear it. Because of this song, my little girl now loves Maroon 5. It was a gateway song. Could be worse, I suppose. We listen to this a lot. A lot. My kid has made up new dances. Then she wanted to know who Mick Jagger was. So now she likes the Rolling Stones a lot, and it's led to other classic rock bands, all because of this song. I love this song. 5 out of 5 stars. Imagine loving this song and then somebody putting on, like, Paint It Black.
Yeah.
What? I don't like this. What is this?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, but I mean, it has a happy ending.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It went in the right direction, at least.
That's the thing is, I don't know about your musical listening experience, but in my house, when I was very young, it was entirely predicated by my parents, but I was lucky in that my mother played like oldies, like 50s, 60s, and 70s pop, and my dad played classic rock. So like, I just, by circumstance, got the bedrock. But if I had to go in reverse, like, I get why somebody could hear Led Zeppelin and be like, yeah, I'm good. If that's like something you heard when you're 26.
Yeah, especially if you've heard Greta Van Fleet before.
Well, that's just going to confuse the shit out of you.
Yeah. Wanda S. Detlefs. My husband and I have always been fans of the Rolling Stones. My husband even likes to copy Mick Jagger's dance moves. Not long ago, we went dancing at a nightclub, and my husband started his moves. After that song, we sat down to the rest. What happened next was funny. The band started playing Moves Like Jagger. We happily got up to dance to it. That is what prompted me to buy this song. Makes me happy every time I hear it. 5 out of 5 stars.
You know who does a great Mick Jagger impression?
Who's that?
Buddy Newman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does a really good one. It makes me giggle. I hope he's listening right now. Text me. It makes me laugh. I think he will not
reach
mind
out.
me saying
we
that.
miss you.
So alarming.
Tom Check, 2012. I dance to this every day. Sometimes for hours. I try to do my sickest Jagger moves in front of the mirror while wearing my Licks shirt. It is amazing. Sometimes I almost think I am Jagger. Listening to somebody else singing about how awesome it is to be me. 5 out of 5 stars.
That guy lost the plot a little bit. What's going on now? First, it was a celebration of dance, and by the end, he was like, I don't know, just let's watch that guy. I don't know if Adam Levine is in danger, if Mick Jagger's in danger. Somebody is definitely in danger.
Yeah, and here's the thing for all of you out there planning on making a skin suit of Mick Jagger. He's very thin. That's not going to work.
Yeah, you're going to rip that guy.
Yeah, I mean, he does have extra skin. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but it's paper thin.
Right. Susan, 2013. I heard somewhere that he is actually Russian and from Russia. Does that mean he's not a U.S. citizen and yet he's making all that money? 5 out of 5 stars.
Who?
I think Adam Levine.
I mean, I was barely paying attention in the intro, but that didn't come up, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But maybe. I mean, the internet said it, so maybe.
But also, let's just pause for a minute. Let's assume he was in fact Russian. That lady seems to think if you're not an American citizen, you're not allowed to make money here.
You're not allowed to have our good, clean American money, Garrett. This is our money.
Yeah, but like so much of it goes overseas.
No, come on.
What? I don't know
You
if you
think
know what
Susan
we're talking
knows
about.
that?
Oh, no, I don't think Susan knows that, but I'm wondering if you do.
Unclear. Otis titled his review Moves from 2012. The lyrics were explicit for young listeners. It paints a love-making picture. The beat is very energetic, and it's mostly used in gym or dance floor settings. I first heard the song at a gym while working out, paid no attention to the lyrics until later. 3 out of 5 stars. Also, gym is spelled J-I-M in all instances.
Maybe it was having sex with a gentleman named Jim.
Maybe. A love-making picture. That's what this song paints. One more, Garrett.
Wait,
Michael...
hold on. I'm not done with this guy. This song's too explicit.
Yes. I mean, in all honesty, we found it a bit gross, right?
Yeah, but no kid is going to come to the same conclusions we did. I hope.
Maybe if they listen to this show.
Don't do
Children.
that.
Oh, okay.
If you're a child or a guardian of a child, take this out of their hands. Keep downloading them. Don't let them listen.
Absolutely. Michael Kerner, 2011. There is no question that Maroon 5 has had a bit of misfortune musically with Hands All Over. For the group's latest single, Moves Like Jagger, it doesn't have the drive that Misery had. While it did catch on steam because of Adam being a judge on The Voice with Christina Aguilera and others, I really didn't find the song to be Maroon 5's best from Hands All Over, which isn't a bad number. It certainly isn't their strongest. Hopefully when they do have something new come out, it will be quirky all over. 3 out of 5 stars. Now, I read that review because under it, he has given it a different grade. He has graded it a C 1/2 minus.
C 1/2 minus.
C and 1/2 minus.
C and a half.
Minus. Like, it's like that, but it's like a C and a half, but like a little lower than that, you know?
I see.
Which, I'm just saying, puts Robert Christgau to shame, maybe.
No, I don't know about to shame. Sometimes his review is little ice cream cone. What is that?
That's true, but this combines, like, clearly 3 different numerical systems, or alphabetical systems, or whatever.
He might be a genius.
I don't think so.
You can't understand his new alphanumeric grading system?
That's right.
Yeah, that's fair. He sounds like a crazy person. Good stuff. All right. Who's this for?
I think just people working out. People in CVS. I don't know.
Everyone. Everyone. Final thoughts. What did you learn?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, I learned what this song is about, and it makes me very uncomfortable. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
What did you learn?
I learned that Maroon 5 might have been hijacked by a corporate machine and is being forced to endlessly churn out garbage.
Oh, you think they're doing this like somebody's got that Nambian model held hostage or something?
Something. Photos. Maybe they got some dark secrets. I don't know. Maybe they owe somebody some money. Have you heard this is completely apocryphal? Please don't sue me. But it's also like pretty confirmed to be accurate. Bruno Mars lost like a shit ton of money at a casino and has now got like a slave residency at said casino.
I've heard this as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Like something crazy.
But it's not true.
Oh, you say it's not true?
Oh, Garrett, it's not true.
I see. Quit stomping on my foot.
I don't want to be a casino slave.
I see. Right. Then stop giving them your money. My money as well. Tim, do you hate this song?
Yeah, this thing sucks. I do not need this in my life. What about you, Garrett? Did you get there? Do you hate this? Do you hate those hips?
I got there.
Yay!
Yeah. It might be just the statistics. The fact that this was so resoundingly popular. There comes moments in history where you have to say the difficult thing. And you tens of millions of people are fucking wrong. This is bad.
It is
Don't
bad.
listen to this. If you want something upbeat that's worth your time, go listen to Daft Punk. Don't listen to this.
Also, don't listen to Daft Punk. We're coming for you, Daft Punk.
Maybe you are. I like Daft Punk.
Oh, I have no idea. Don't listen to Daft Punk.
Stop doing that. All right, Timmy, that brings us to listener mail. Would you like to go first, or should I kick things off?
Oh, I mean, I definitely want to go first.
Okay, go first.
This is from Bill Hatfield. It's called Icy Pissmas Cheer.
Okay.
Dearest Scooter and the Beef, just wanted to pop in and wish you two a joyous Pissmas as the season comes upon us. Ew. I live and work around bona fide juggalos, so I guess you could say that around here, every day is Pissmas. Again, ew. Remember that part. I have a couple of songs, well, one song and one recording that might interest you. The first is Sonic Youth song called Kill Your Idols, also known as I Killed Christgau with My Big Fucking Dick. It's a pretty badass track about how much Thurston Moore hates our beloved rock critic. The second is a live recording of Lou Reed attempting to perform Walk on the Wild Side, but quickly devolves into a multifaceted rant about 4 minutes in, including some choice words about, you guessed it, Mr. Christgau.
I like that it starts 4 minutes in. That's too long, guy.
Yeah, that's longer than that song should be in total, I think.
Correct.
As for episode recommendations, I'll keep flying the flag for Beck's Colors until you guys cover it or I lose interest. Keep up the good work, and Garrett, please never retire your jabroni voice. It makes me belly laugh every time. Your loyal pod pal, Bill. I want to bring this back to the first part of this.
Okay.
I live and work around bona fide juggalos, so I guess you could say that around here, every day is Pissmas. Again, ew. What does that mean? He lives in a place with a high concentration of juggalos?
Is that Detroit? Where do you live?
I don't know. Bill, write in. Explain what that sentence means, because it haunts me.
Yeah. Are you allowed to leave?
Are you? No, you're probably not a juggalo. But it feels like he is living in some sort of alternate reality where he is the juggalo in reverse. He is the one normal-faced man.
Oh, yeah.
And every time he leaves his apartment, it's just all juggalos everywhere, just pissing on things and...
covered in Faygo.
Yeah, spraying each other with Faygo and hepatitis.
Oh, I saw somebody posted on Instagram, but it was a Facebook ad for the carpets they laid down for an ICP show. And they were just like, and you can guess it, soaked in Faygo, it could be yours for $50. And I was like, oh my God, who's buying that?
I mean, I'm sure somebody. Bill, seriously though, write in. I really honestly want to know what that means. And I probably, this counts as your response. So, yeah.
Yeah. If anybody's curious, if you ever hear us read your email on the show, that's your response. That's why you didn't get a written one. Don't get both.
Also, those of you that haven't been read on the show and also didn't get a written one, we'll probably get around to it. I'm so sorry. There are so many. Will. I'm so busy. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I get into a lot of trouble around here.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, No Bit Zone, we're really busy.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Stop saying that.
Garrett, did you write down an email that was a different email from that email?
I did, but I feel like there's more parts of your email we should talk about. We should really pause along the way, because I forget a lot of the things that are in the email.
Okay, well, the only other part from that one was really the Sonic Youth and the Lou Reed singing about Christgau.
I wanted to talk about Colors. Beck's Colors.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
That wasn't what I said at all.
I know. So that's been on the list for a while, and it definitely needs to make its way into an episode sooner rather than later. But here's the weird part. Over the years, I'm starting to have some sort of appreciation for this album.
I thought you always liked this. You always played WoW. Every time I got in the car, it's all WoW all the time, and it drives me fucking crazy.
Okay, well, you've answered your own question there. Now, I might have burn noticed myself there and started as a gag, and then I ended up listening to the album several times in a row, so I guess joke's on me. Point being is I'm going to be a little torn on that one, and I'm curious if a bunch more listens are going to tip me into a hate zone, or if it's going to actually build up my resolve and I end up really enjoying it. We'll see. Be fun. The one that came after that, I think it's Japanese on the front. I don't know what it's called. It's a beast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of auto-tune, and I love Beck, but it makes Colors look like Odelay.
Oh.
But anyway, we should do Colors. I just wanted to say it out loud so we'll remember it next time you and I are planning episodes.
Fair enough. Garrett, did you get another email?
My email's from Brendan. Brendan writes, Guten Abend, Fräuleins, Timmy Boo, and 100G spots. That is an excellent intro, all around.
Super uncomfortable.
Yeah, I am heavily impaired chemically, and I felt it appropriate to finally respond to Liquid Snake's response to my most deranged listener email. Remember this? We're having a most deranged listener off?
Yeah, I remember.
This is the response to the rebuttal. You can tell that bastard to let it go. The judge
Coming in hot.
Yeah. You can tell that bastard to let it go. The judge gave me his copy of My Cousin Vinny in the divorce proceedings. I came with news, I think, and that would be that I have some suggestions. Under Construction by Missy Elliott. She does a Jamaican patois for several songs and raps. Well, of course she raps. She's a rapist. That would be interesting because I think Missy Elliott's wildly talented, but I don't know this album. Next one, Bomb Minus on the Christgau scale. Christgau.
Christ. It's not like Jesus.
Bomb Minus on the Christgau scale. Or perhaps the accursed Venga Boys, The Party Album.
Yeah, I'm in. I hope it doesn't have that song on it.
That would be incredible. We should probably just do that single.
No, I think we owe them a whole album.
Oh.
I hope every song... It's the same music, just with different lyrics each
Pretty
time.
much. And here's the truth. I don't know if there's a single line in that song other than the Venga bus is coming, the Venga bus is coming.
Right,
New
that's
York
why
to
we
San
should do just the
Francisco.
one song.
Yeah, but what if
We
they're
could do
all
that
like that?
San Francisco, work it out. San Francisco, work it out.
Was that a song or a fever dream?
I think it was a song because we both heard it. And, well, I mean, we both did have fevers at the time.
Yikes. Anyway, email continues. Anyways, you guys should do some more movies as well. Perhaps some from Garrett's HBO parented past. Dude, you have no idea what you're saying. Also, Timmy, I have some of your blood. Oh my God. Sorry. Also, Timmy, I have some of your blood and I do know your middle name. I won't tell. Also, I have seen the ballooning pictures. You let my old account follow you, but I won't tell. So basically, Captain Major Lazer, Audi 3000.
We had a promo in the early years of this show where the winner received a small vial of my blood. And I guess congratulations to you. We didn't announce it on the show because we forgot or something. But yeah, that must have been who we sent the blood to.
I guess so, but he seems to have access to your personal social information, which is alarming.
You might be lying.
Oh, there's always that.
Our listeners are frequently deceitful, especially once they've got some of my blood in them.
Listeners, do not put Tim's blood in you.
Do not ingest my blood.
Really any, for that matter. That brings us to music news of the weird. Tim, would you like to go first or should I?
Well, obviously, I think I should go first, right?
Whatever you want.
Music news of the weird.
In cringe news this week, Garrett, Mark Zuckerberg began dating his wife Priscilla Chan 21 years ago. Happy anniversary. He decided to mark the occasion of their dating anniversary with a very special present. And because he's a wealthy guy, he enlisted T-Pain to help him record Lil Jon's song Get Low, because that was what was playing on wherever they were for their first date. He began calling himself Z-Pain because he has enough money that people just kind of let him do whatever. Garrett, let's listen to it now.
From the windows to the walls.
Truly gross stuff, Garrett.
It's... God damn it.
Truly disgusting. Get Low was playing when I first met Priscilla at a college party, so every year we listened to it on our dating anniversary, he said on Instagram, to which Dr. Priscilla Chan said it was quote-unquote so romantic and quote-unquote not super gross or embarrassing at all.
Wow. God. That's horrible.
It really was. It really was. Garrett, what third song would you like to play for us this week with your news story?
Yeah, please stop adding work. It's your job to get that music. Ideally, you put it in too, but at least just get it.
You don't like when I do that, so.
It's not ideal. It works. It's where it's supposed to be. It's not even remotely the same volume.
No, it's definitely not that.
It's fucking amazing that you
don't
would
know how
put
to
it
do
in there
that.
and be like, and good.
Listen, I can hear that it's not the same volume. I know it's wrong. I just don't know how to fix it. And I'm hoping you won't notice.
Even a deaf person would know. One wave is a half inch tall, the
I
other's
understand.
2
I don't know how to
inches.
fix it. I know it's wrong.
We've been doing this for so long.
Garrett, what other news do you have?
Well, in a truly astounding, but once you kind of think about it, absolutely not that remarkable kind of way, there are more songs being released every day now than there were in the entire year of 1989.
That sounds right.
Yeah. A report from Music Radar has examined the current state of the music creation economy, a phrase they definitely made up, with one key finding being that each day sees more new tracks arriving on streaming services than was released in the calendar year of 1989. It also predicts, horrifically, that the number will more than double by the end of the decade, with an estimated total of 198.2 million music creators by the year 2030.
They can't possibly all have something to say, right?
No.
But they're all saying stuff.
Ooh, yes, absolutely. And, I'm all for it. The democratization of music making is awesome. However, Tim and I know it doesn't seem like it, listener, have an incredibly high standard for what we put into the public. And that is why you have never heard the fresh beats that exist on our Texas Toast album. Because it's not ready.
No,
and we're not
but
going to
it's
put out
getting there.
garbage. Oh, God, that toast is getting golden brown.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to use a lot more breakfast metaphors on tour. Get ready. I got a whole team just writing them up as we speak. But point being, we're not just putting that shit out there half-baked. We are going to get it where it is appropriate to release. These people, they have no discretion. They just put out whatever they got. And, on the one hand, you say, well, that's great. There should be no standard. Let everybody release it. The problem is it's a volume situation. I can't sift through all this garbage to get to good music.
Absolutely not. It's a real problem.
I honestly, even listening to the top 0.0000001%, I'm still like, this is too much and most of it sucks.
Yep.
Do you listen to any new music? Do you even make an effort to find new music anymore?
Yeah, I try. Don't do well.
I would send you more new music, but I don't think you'd listen to it.
Yeah, well, you send me all those audiobooks I'm supposed to listen to.
Yeah, which you don't.
No.
You're a real disappointment. Tim, what other news you got?
In Young Thug news, Garrett, Jeffrey Lamar Williams Jr., a.k.a. Young Thug, a.k.a. Young Truly Humble Under God, was arrested in 2022. We reported on this at the time. In Atlanta on gang-related RICO charges and several more charges once drugs and guns were found at his house. He was repeatedly denied bail and has been incarcerated at Cobb County Jail since his arrest. That trial began in November 2023 and is currently the longest-running criminal trial in Georgia. Government attorneys were asking for 25 years in prison, followed by 25 years of probation, when last week, out of nowhere, Young changed his plea to guilty on the RICO charges and no contest on the gun, gang, and drug charges. The total sentence, 40 years, 5 in prison, although that was immediately commuted to the more than 2 years he has already been in prison awaiting trial. So he just got to go home immediately, just to be on probation for 15 years. And also to stay out of the Atlanta metro area for 10 years.
Pretty cool to get banned from a whole city.
Yeah, well, we talked about that. Somebody got banned from North Carolina. I forget who that was.
I didn't think it was legal. I thought this was America.
Yeah, this was also one of the most high-profile cases thus far to use rap lyrics as criminal evidence, which some people have deemed racist. I'm not sure exactly how, because if you're rapping about crimes you have in fact committed and giving details that only the police would know, it seems, not that racist. But this did lead to fun court arguments about whether a body he was referring to in one of his raps was a dead guy or Nicki Minaj's sexy, sexy body.
That's fantastic. I'd love to see those transcripts.
Yeah. But I don't have them. So Garrett, do you have more news?
I do have more news. Yeah, it was crazy. He just got to go home. Do you think he had to give some, a little bit of snitcheroo there?
Oh, probably. I would have. I mean, it was a very sudden change to a guilty plea. So something behind the scenes definitely changed.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, it could also be a witness decided not to cooperate. I'd be very curious to understand what suddenly was different. Because, all of a sudden, I only saw the headlines. And it was I saw the 40 years, and then I also saw released. I was like, wait, how does that work?
Yeah, it was an impressive turnaround, I think.
It's a good lawyer. Alrighty. Speaking of our U.S. tax dollars, Tim, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Service have announced they have seized over 3,000 fake Gibson guitars, explaining they had worked on the seizure in collaboration with Gibson themselves, the U.S. Homeland Security Investigation Unit, and allegedly the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department.
I feel like they're wasting their time.
Yeah, right? The weird part to me is, had they been sold or had they been real, then their value would have been $18 million. So, that's a fairly large haul.
Yeah.
But where are fake Gibson guitars being sold?
I don't know.
Are those getting wholesaled out to a guitar center who then sells them to fucking Johnny in the suburbs and who fucking knows any better? Or is it all mom and pop bullshit people that either get ripped off or are ripping other people off? It's interesting. I just never would have. If I were to go buy
a guy, probably what it is there's a guy outside of Guitar Center in a trench coat, and he just pulls it open. He's got a fake guitar hanging in there, and just, you don't need to go in there and buy one of those expensive ones. I have the same basic thing right here.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking through the logistics, and you could just hear them all clanging into each other underneath.
Oh, I was imagining just one. I love that. He's got 7 in there.
Mm-hmm.
They're all horribly smashed.
They're just zip tied into his jacket, which he has now ruined, and they're just dinging into each other. They've got all sorts of nicks in the fine wood. And now, that sounds crazy, except I am sure you and I, separately and together, have been approached multiple times in the parking lot of a Best Buy, Circuit City, or name your big box item of choice, HEB, and some gentleman has been like, would you like to buy speakers from the back of my car?
Oh, the weirdest one for me, I was walking through West Campus in Austin, where that Strangler was active back in the mid-2000s, and it was right by, you remember that rug store that just had those nice Middle Eastern gentlemen standing outside? Those big guys.
Never once selling anything ever.
Right. So it's right outside of that. And so I was walking, and this homeless gentleman approached me with a jacket. I mean, it was a shorter jacket, and he pulled it open, and he had some sort of pornographic DVD in there. And he's like, you want to buy some porn? I was like, no, man. No, I sure don't. And he immediately changed, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. And I was like, I mean, I'm offended, but I don't think for the reason you're thinking.
Not the pornography, sir. Your existence. So, funny story. I
was that man.
That man's name was Garrett Harvey. No, but it's still equally as ridiculous. So I was told a very similar story to that 20 years ago by a different person we both know, but it ended slightly different.
Is this a guy we used to refer to as...
It might have been. And that gentleman bought pornography from a stranger on the street.
Who's buying? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was 2004 or 5.
Still,
4.
Man.
It was weird. Super weird. Funny, though.
To be clear, this was not me.
No, it was not Tim. No, Tim's story really was the way he told it. But another gentleman the same day was like, you'll never get this. I ran into a guy who's fucking selling pornography. Do you need any pornography? No, I do not. Not from there.
I mean, I do, but I'll get my own.
I make it myself.
Ugh.
Tim, what news do you have?
Let's see. I don't have too much more. I'll tell you a disappointing story. So this started off being a story and turned out it wasn't. I read several headlines this week that said Lil Baby, not Da Baby, apparently these are two different people,
Correct.
Graduated from Harvard.
Correct.
And I was like, that's amazing. I'm super proud of this guy. He's not like that other guy shooting people in Walmart. Turns out, Garrett, he went to a 1-week free online business course that anyone can take.
What?
And news outlets were reporting it as if he had gotten like a degree from Harvard. It was so bizarre.
I saw these headlines as well. That is shocking.
Yeah, he did not go to Harvard, to be clear. He took an online course that is
basically a seminar.
Anyway, Garrett, that wasn't really a story. That was more of a non-story. What do you have?
That was a music anecdote of the weird.
Yeah.
2 quick ones. First, Disney has announced that they will be replacing Aerosmith on their famous roller coaster at the Hollywood Studios park.
Ooh, because of the sex problems, the sex daughter.
Don't jump ahead. Named the Rockin' Roller Coaster, the attraction has had Aerosmith as the face of the ride for over 2 decades. Fascinating. While the band's biggest hits include Dude Looks Like a Lady, Walk This Way, Back in the Saddle, and Sweet Emotion play from the speakers. Now it has been confirmed that Steven Tyler and company will be replaced on the ride by the Muppets.
Until their sex scandals come out.
Right. Now they claim it coincides with the recent announcement that Aerosmith is no longer going to be a touring band after Steven Tyler hurt his throat. I can't help but wonder if it has something to do with the resurfaced detail that Steven Tyler had a sex daughter. And by that, we mean he legally adopted a woman so that he could work around the interstate, what would you call that? Interstate trafficking laws?
Yes.
God, it sounds so much worse when you say it correctly. Sex daughter's actually dressing it up a bit. That's never good. Now, I also do want to point out, though, why is it still Aerosmith? It's been 20 years.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, 20 years ago, 94, that's not good Aerosmith.
That was Pump, right? Or maybe
that was right around that
Get a
one
Grip
that we talked about with that pierced cow breast on the cover.
Oh, God. Pierced cow breast. Utter.
Right.
Teat, even. Cow breast.
A breast of a cow. They're mammals.
Yeah, sure. No, I get you. Anyway. Yeah, no, that's true. But that had Living on the Edge, which we all agreed was a jam.
And Crying. Was that Crying?
Tough to say. Could have been Amazing. Could have been... What's the other one?
It doesn't matter.
Crazy. Crazy. Crying.
I think they're both on. I feel like it had those
Amazing.
3 ballads that were all the exact same song.
But they all made millions. Good job, Steve. Let's see. In my last music news of the weird story with Drake, Drake is kind of a whiny bitch boy, allegedly. Drake has allegedly taken legal action against Spotify and UMG, that's Universal Music Group, alleging the companies artificially inflated the numbers for Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us diss track, but not his music. See, US Music Group is the distributor for both of the artists. Drake's Frozen Moments LLC accused UMG of launching an illegal, quote, scheme via methods like bots and payola to inflate the numbers of Lamar's song that, among other things, accused Drake of pedophilia.
Right. Is
Drake's
that what he's mad about?
Yes. Drake's attorney stated in the filing that UMG, quote, engaged in conduct designed to artificially inflate the popularity of Not Like Us, including by licensing the song at drastically reduced rates to Spotify and using, quote, bots to generally falsify hype, end quote.
Is it possible that Kendrick Lamar is significantly better than Drake?
I mean, all signs would point to yes, except Drake is having a hard time admitting that. But he seems like, listen, you have already been made a fool of a couple of times by this guy.
Yeah, just let it go. I mean,
just walk away.
I guess he can't, but that's part of the problem.
Jesus fucking Christ, get a friend.
Yeah.
There is a certain point.
Not a child, to be clear.
Oh, get an of-age friend. Get an age-appropriate friend.
Maybe get a grandpa friend.
Yeah, maybe.
An elderly male
figure.
Adult man.
To tell you what to not do. Or most importantly, just stay away from Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Because engaging will not help this. Just let it be. You have so much money.
Yeah.
And what's the outcome he truly wants? Let's pretend he proved that everything he just said is true. Okay. You still got bested at the thing you two were both competing at.
What he should do, and I'm not saying he should do this. He should not do this. But I'm saying what he should do to regain street cred is get caught having paid an assassin to kill Kendrick Lamar. right? Because then you're still doing, or, if he doesn't get caught, then problem solved. But if he does get caught, then you're taking action like sort of an adult man, right?
Sure,
you're not
but
bitching,
you're still
not
going to
suing.
jail.
Oh, sure, but that's just only going to help his street cred, Garrett. The Degrassi guy, fresh out of prison, it'll be like Johnny Cash. Probably get Rick Rubin to do some sort of acoustic thing,
That sounds bad. Okie dokie, Timmy. That's going to do it for this week. Normally we would announce what album we're going to be doing next week, but we're not doing an album. We're doing a song. We're ringing in the IC Pissmas season the only way we know how, and that is with, do we announce it or do we let people be surprised?
Oh, let's go ahead and announce it, Garrett.
I don't remember the name of it. What is it? Daddy, please don't piss on the Christmas tree?
No, this is John Denver's Please, Daddy, Don't Get Drunk This Christmas.
Equally tragic.
Master of Voices.
Master. Timothy Richardson, Master of Voices.
Yes.
I think there should be like a overly long intro. And it'll be like you, no audio, but like the video of you doing the voices, and like I'll put the title card underneath of who you're doing. That's all just the intro. Things you can expect.
And there is, of course, no visual component to this. This is
just for you and I. It's just a joke for us.
Delightful.
I don't care about other people. This is all to make me laugh, and you a little. Okay, listeners, we're done. We're going to talk about that super sad song next week. But until then, please rate, review, subscribe, download, pledge your firstborn. Any way you can let other people know that you like this.
I'm going to say this. Stop sending your babies to our address.
Yeah. Send those to a firehouse or a EMT center, anywhere that has a baby drop-off center, but don't send their baby here. We're up to our eyeballs in babies. I don't know what they eat. They don't seem to like any of the movies we watch.
Well, they cry a lot, but I don't know if that's... You're feeding them pickles and making them watch Red
They watch
Dragon.
what I watch, we eat what I eat.
And they
If they don't like it, they can go home. The babies are not held here against their will. They're not like interns. We lock them up at night for their own safety. Like cattle.
And the babies are more free range.
Totally free range. If they wanted to call a cab and go home tomorrow, I would invite it. I'd pay the fare. Get these babies out of here. Listeners, did you give us a baby? Would you like it back? HeyPodMail@gmail.com. We can arrange it. Other listeners don't have a baby, want one? We're up to our eyeballs in babies. We would happily give you a baby. No questions asked. HeyPodMail@gmail.com. Oh, we'll see if I bleeped any of those words. Doubt it with Tim putting in extra songs out of nowhere.
Totally worth it.
Of course it is. You don't have to do anything. It's just extra work for me. It's always worth it for you. Anyway, tell other people to listen to the show. Do it with violence if you have to. A lot of people respond positively to that, or negatively, depending on how you define it. Either way, they'll do what you want them to. Or, kill them with kindness. But typically violence works faster. Point is, we need to get the numbers up. You can also reach out to us, hatepodmail@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. Please. What do you like? What do you not like? You've heard some emails today. Write some new ones, similar in nature. You can find us on the interwebs. That's HatePod on Instagram, Album HatePod on Twitter. I'm G Harvey Tweets out there in that horrorscape. We've got Discord servers. We've got subreddits. We're on the internet, Oh, hatepod.com. You can click on that now. It works, sort of. I mean, it'll give you every episode we've ever done in any format you could possibly want. So, that's pretty cool. You can just download it or play it directly. It's up to you. Get creative. Send us your pictures of you enjoying our show. No, you know what? Don't do that. I don't want to see your faces. For this week, I have been one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been the other, Timothy P. Richardson. And on June 12th, 2007, Garrett P. Harvey said, I had one final thought before I went home to try to prove you were real. What if I have it reversed? What if I'm not real? What if the only reason I know what I know about my life is because you invented it? Kind of sad if you did. I'm not really an idealized version of anything. So I'm not really sure why your subconscious would create me. So, with this new revelation, I began to wonder, which was worse? Would I rather be a grown man who makes up imaginary friends and then tells others about how he came in town and we played race cars and shot water balloons at cars? Or would I rather be a figment of another person's imagination, completely contrived out of some psychological need to have someone who shares his absurd interests? I don't really know. If you know, or think you can figure it out, let me know.
I don't want to say I'm proud of it, because it's not flattering.
No.
Like some
Not
people,
flattering. You
some
should
pe-
not be flattered by that.
some people might call that like mania.
Yeah. I mean,
But
that
other
was
people
one
would call it
paragraph out
very-
of many.
Yeah, there's a
don't
few,
know.
aren't there? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to some others someday.
Nah, I wish you wouldn't.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. I joined the Navy, got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. Try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. No, it's a lobster murder sex thing. It's the bleaching of the rear. A full assault on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive. The lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides. The cover art's a mess. Listen to it for a week. Now that week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Gary.